what would you build today if you were starting like a fresh company, like from scratch?
AI. I mean, that's everything. Trying to learn as much as I could about it and then apply that to whatever direction I want to go with whatever company. I'm not saying start an AI business per se. There's so much focus on the US market, but European users of AI I think are going to be a little bit different. And so I think there's going to be a lot more opportunity. And I think the developers there and the technologists there don't get as much attention. And it's harder to come here, easier to go there.
If you like were like now in that age and you sold your first company, what would you buy now?
Appreciate you.
Mark, how are you doing? Nice to meet you.
Ruben.
This is Javi.
You're gonna stay.
Nice to meet you, Mark.
So thank you for being here. Super excited about.
I didn't get the memo. I would have worn the same suit.
No, we dressed like this for you guys. Like we interviewed some of the other sharks. We know you're not big into suits, although like we're trying to make it. So we're still not like there, you know.
Oh, you're not there yet.
Yeah.
We went to show respect.
Absolutely. So just like for some context, we've built a media company. We started like 2 years ago, writing on LinkedIn. We were VCs before, working in venture capital, and
where are you guys based?
We're based in Spain. We just flew in Valencia and Madrid.
Yeah, it was a 17-hour trip to come to see you guys.
Yeah. I was in Barcelona a few times this past year.
Nice.
In Madrid once, I love Spain.
Yeah, so basically we started writing on LinkedIn, and then like entrepreneurs from all over the world started reading what we write.
Awesome. Congrats.
And now we have like over 4 million views every week.
Congrats.
And a media company that's growing with that firms, and we're also like angel investing full time. We've done.
It's important.
That's your mic. We've done like I don't know, like close to 30 angel investments these last 4 months.
How are they doing?
Some of them are doing okay, but it's still early to know. Hopefully, we're almost investing in Lovable, but like
mostly Spanish companies. Or?
No. Most of them are from the Valley, from
the Valley.
San Francisco.
We've been trying.
Much of an entrepreneurial thing in Spain yet?
There is, but the market is way bigger in the US, and we try to find the outliers, invest with the best funds, so we go a lot to San Francisco.
Yeah, we're thinking worldwide. Our audience is global, like most of them are in the US because it's where...
I was just curious.
So basically, we're looking for like the best founders worldwide, and what we're doing kind of like the Shark Tank playbook. We're, managing like our distribution to kind of like getting into the best rounds, and it's kind of like starting to do
because as more people know about you, you get better deals.
Yeah. Exactly. And we're writing like small checks, so it's easier to compete. Okay. Like we don't like fill out like a whole round or anything like that.
And once we are in a company, we try to help them reach more eyeballs.
Yeah. And so we were invited to interview, so we thought about let's ask Mark all the questions that we want to know.
Did you ask Damon and Robert?
Yeah, we've talked to Robert and to Daniel so far.
And we are interviewing Barbara tomorrow.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Did you talk to Daniel in Spanish?
Well, we talked a little bit in Spanish, but we did the interview in English because our audience speaks English. But yeah, it was amazing. And so just like, first off, like, what would you build today if you were starting like a fresh company, like from scratch?
AI. I mean, that's everything. Trying to learn as much as I could about it and then apply that to whatever direction I want to go with whatever company. And I'm not saying start an AI business per se, but you have to learn AI and understand how it works. And then whatever idea you have, whatever direction you want to go, it'll allow you to do more with a lot fewer resources. So you could be, a kid in Gran Canary Islands, you could be a kid in Madrid, and just by having ChatGPT or Claude or whatever available to you, you have the world's most foremost experts, and it'll help you figure out the best path to take.
Are we in a bubble?
No, we're not in a bubble. Having been in a bubble before,
we saw that.
In the dot-com bubble, the difference is, as the technology progressed in the dot-com bubble, it kind of petered out. PCs didn't get a lot faster. Bandwidth got bigger, but kind of slowed down at some point because there were limitations. Now with AI, it's just going and going. We're just starting, right? The issue is it takes so much capital to be able to build the data centers, to be able to get all the data for your models, to be able to afford all the energy and compute capacity. It just seems like it's in a bubble because there's so much being spent. But I mean, we haven't barely touched the surface. So no, we're not anywhere near a bubble. I do invest in some. I invest more in the picks and the shovels that help it grow. I've got a couple of people who work for me that do a lot of development in AI. And when they tell me that something's really good, then I go to try and invest in it. But I've like Synthesia.io, I was their first investor.
No way. We interviewed the founder of Synthesia.
Yeah, those guys are great. Yeah. And yeah, they're European, right? And so they just sent me a cold email and I was like, yes. And I gave them like, I think $1 million at the beginning. And this was years ago, 2018, maybe 2017. And they've just blown up. Lovable, I'm an investor. I think, and I've talked to a couple other companies that are European based because there's so much, and that's why I asked you guys the question of where you're investing. There's so much focus on the US market, but European users of AI I think are going to be a little bit different. And so I think there's going to be a lot more opportunity. And I think the developers there and the technologists there don't get as much attention. And it's harder to come here, easier to go there.
Yeah, also talent is like there is a lot of talent in Europe and it's cheaper than the US talent.
A lot cheaper.
And there is less companies looking for talent.
Right, so it's easier to hire. Plus it's harder to get in and out of the United States now. And people are scared coming in and trying to get out. And so I think going that way, if you guys come across any businesses that you think are unique in the AI over there, particularly the picks and shovels, I'm your guy.
Yeah, sure, we would love to invest with you. And actually we love that thesis. So we try to invest in European founders that are also going to the US, and they're like in between.
But you don't think trying to capture market share in Europe, you know, because everybody else is focused on the US, because there's less, what's the right word? There's less uptake early on in Europe. It's a little bit tougher, but slowly but surely you're seeing it start to accelerate. I think Europe's a better market in terms of usage, even though you're right, we're bigger. I think it's easier to compete over there.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, definitely. But what we feel is that the US market has like more. It's easier to sell like a new product because people are more like bold and they want to try like the new technologies. They invest.
See, I always look when you're the counter story, right? If everybody's thinking it's over here, I want to look over. That's one of the reasons Synthesia made perfect sense to me, right? That's why Lovable. I invested in Lovable. They're in Europe, right? And so I think the valuations are a lot lower. The employees are a lot cheaper. Getting, you know, I think the adoption of AI at the consumer level and the corporate level is only going to go up. And so even though it might take longer to hit big, I think you can get more traction. And then the other side of it is the big American companies that are going after the big foundational guys, they're going to come over here to buy, right? So I think your exit opportunity is better.
And so you're really big in and we are building like our small business that we hope someday is huge. What's the one thing that you would tell us like you need to focus on this, on like how to scale?
Yeah, to give you some more context on this, we have more than 500,000 followers on LinkedIn and around 300,000 subscribers on Substack.
Good for you. Just keep great content, right? But communicate with your subscribers in particular, which I'm sure you do, right? You have Q&As and all that stuff, and you just got to do more and more. But it's hard work. It's like being a streamer, right? You always have to create new content, and you have to do something every day, and that's the hard part, right? Because when you're just getting started, it's like, well, I have these ideas. And then when you've gone through all those ideas that are great, now it's hard, right? And so I would integrate AI and, you know, our ideas, AI ideas, right? I was on the stage with Ali Miller and she had this great idea where somebody had an AI interview her as a business person because the AI would ask different questions than a person would ask. And so scale, you know, going into different things to do things differently because your marginal cost of your time is high because there's only so many hours you try to do all this stuff. And so coming up with ideas, then fleshing them out, and then writing it, that takes a lot of time. And then you still got to fill tomorrow, right? And you get all nervous. You sound familiar?
Yeah.
Right, because you get all nervous about what you're going to do tomorrow.
Yeah.
I would try to use AI to fill those gaps and to get people to help them understand what AI can do. So just all the questions you ask me, ask ChatGPT or Perplexity, whatever, and then turn it around.
We can ask ChatGPT to think as Mark Cuban.
or just not even as me, just as itself, right? Like I did this experiment the other day where I had one AI talk to another AI, and I started the topic. I'm like, what's the best way to start a business? And they just started going back and forth, and I was fascinated because they had some good ideas. Why not?
I mean, we do use AI a lot. Like we write a newsletter that it's more like 5 newsletters maybe a week.
Check my English and do this.
We deal with sponsors.
Yeah, we deal with sponsors,
everywhere.
LinkedIn, Substack, X, and the newsletter. So it's like mostly like we use AI for all of it, and we've scaled this like alone.
But using the AI to create the content, not to work, but let the AI do the thinking. So have AI ask you questions. Have AI ask some of your subscribers questions. Let the biggest challenge people have with AI is they think there are stupid questions. I'm not going to ask it that, right? I wouldn't use it for that. That's not the way to use it. Try it with everything, because you never know what's going to click, particularly when you're under that pressure of having to create content all the time. Have two AIs talk to each other, right? Just who knows where it'll take you. What questions would you like me to ask the AI? I think, that letting AI be like a person is the most untapped opportunity for content creation.
I wanted to ask you like another question. Like when you sold like I think your first company, you bought like this famous like plane ticket.
Yeah.
Okay, if you like were like now in that age and you sold your first company, what would you buy now?
Same thing.
Same thing, but it's not possible, no? Like I think like the airlines was not happy.
Anymore, right?
You made them broke.
What should we buy when we sell our first company, basically?
I don't know, a robot? I don't know. But it was the best investment I ever made. Ever made.
It's
I would
crazy.
literally, when the Olympics were in Barcelona, I called up a friend, and I'm saying, we're going to the Olympics. Let's go.
Yeah, it's so cool. Also, like we asked Daniel, when should we think about fundraising? But we have like two sides of the business. We have the media, but we also have the investing. So when do you think we should be thinking about? Never.
Why?
The only way to become a billionaire is to own as much as your company as you possibly can. And if you can go and never fundraise, you're going to be a whole lot richer. Because if it's generating cash, which you hope it does, you put it all in your pocket. If it's just growing, even though it may be a little bit slower, right?
Yeah, but then that's the question. Like maybe you can do 10x doing it on your own, or maybe 100x if you.
It's hard to do 100. Well, it depends on 100 of what, right? But once you're making money, a lot of founders get too caught up in their top line and not their bottom line. And if you're raising money is not an accomplishment. It's an obligation. Whoever gave you the money, they want something back at some point in time, and you have to manage your business with that in mind. And that's a challenge, right? The bigger you can get before you raise money, then the more control you have and the more of your company you keep. And there's two of you and whoever else is involved, right? So if just the two of you?
Yeah, and some freelancers helping us in different tasks.
But you have all the equity.
Yeah, exactly. And no full-time employees.
Okay. So it's perfect, right? You don't have to rush. Yeah. It's a hard enough job as it is. Don't have to rush. If you're good, you'll be good in a month, in a year, in 2 years. And if you're 3 times the size and you're making money, you have no stress. Yeah. If you take money, your stress goes woof.
Yeah. We value a lot being independent and having freedom, but at the same time, we have a big challenge that is scaling this. And you can
more money is not going to help you scale.
Yeah, but maybe hiring people can, and we can afford it right now. But it's also
like the brand.
But it's another problem. Managing people can be
your brand off the quality of your content. You're going to build your brand by going out and doing these things, right? You're going to build your brand by going out and having successful investments, and then talking about them. You're not going to build your brand. People think, well, I'll buy more advertising. I'll do more promotion on LinkedIn. Yeah. Fuck that. No, just be great, and then your consumers, your readers will do that for you. And just ask them, you tell more people, right? Refer us to people. Let's grow the community, right? If we get the community up from 300,000, whatever, to 1 million, then we'll give everybody a free month, whatever it is.
Wow. So we have 1 more minute.
Okay, yeah.
That's okay. We can keep on talking. I know.
By the way, Daniel told us like we should pitch you our media company, but maybe now that you convinced us not to
to do it,
raise,
yeah.
Yeah, Daniel told us that if we raise money, we should only raise money from people that can help us beyond
No,
money.
that's right, that's
and
right.
we agree. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right. But look, if you raise money for me or Daniel want to get paid back.
Yeah,
so
it's true.
It's the freedom. Also, like, what are you looking for right now in founders? What's the thing that we should be like paying attention to?
Someone who's focused on cash flow,
Okay.
so they can stay in business without always having to come back.
Yeah, but when we see startups in Silicon Valley, they don't care about cash flow. It's about growing.
Right, but that's in a technological environment where you've got a technology that you're going to potentially compete. So you got to go to gain market share, to preempt the potential. That's not the business you're in.
Yeah, but we invest in that type of business. So
And then that's fine, right? So in terms of what you're looking for there, I still, even though that's the way Silicon Valley is, I don't ascribe to that, because they're also putting in, Andreessen Horowitz is putting in 25, 50, $200 million. They're going all in. You guys aren't doing that, right? I try to look at companies that I think can generate cash flow, because that means I can help them grow more, right? And it also means that it's proof that the customers want what they're offering. If it's someone who's just focused on growth, I mean, I can't tell you how many companies I've seen go out of business because it's just grow.
the market shifts.
Where market doesn't even have to shift. Your margins drop at all, right? You run out of cash. The marketplace, the financial marketplace, interest rates go up like they did from 1%. It was easy to raise money. 4%, not so easy.
I have one last question, maybe that is, where do you invest your money right now? And if it's possible to share it, and where should we invest it? We are starting to make some cash flow. We are investing.
I just put it in a money market. Yeah, I'm the Warren Buffett type.
Yeah.
When the tide goes out, I want to see you standing naked. I want to invest in things when everybody else is out of the market. That's when I always invest. When Amazon dropped to next to nothing, and during COVID, COVID markets crashed. I was like, let's go. But I had the cash ready to do it. Now I'll just put it in money market funds, and then when something else happens, and it will eventually, then I would. So I would just put it in money market or the SPX, and then you'll be ready when the time hits.
Fantastic. How can we send you investment opportunities?
Don't put that on there.
Okay.
Very
We'll definitely.
Good on there.
Okay, Mark.
Well,
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate it.